Okay, good day to all viewers. I will be demonstrating in this video the setup, configuration, and testing out of a DHCP server. So what is a DHCP server? It's a server that utilizes the dynamic host configuration protocol to automatically and easily assign IP addresses to devices that join the network. It's a useful tool for net admins and sysadmins because it enables them to centrally manage their IP addressing and assign IP addresses to network devices. So when the DHCP server is configured, it ensures that each device has a unique address and doesn't need to be manually configured. So that makes network management easier and more efficient for administrators. Right, so where do we start? So we start at the server, of course. So here I have the VM for Windows Server 2016 here. So what I will be first doing is setting the parameters. I believe I've written, yeah, so this will be what I want my DHCP server, what I want its settings to be. So I've decided to have the available IP addresses for assigning of devices to start from IP address 192.168.1.200 to 192.168.1 250. You know what? I'll change that to 0. I'll change that to 0 for simplicity's sake. Because I realize I have 0 for everything else. Yeah, let's just keep it simple. Avoid any typos. Right. I want my default gateway for any assigned devices to be 192.168.0.1, which is, of course, the server. The subnet mask will be the default. And I want to exclude 192.168.0.1, which is the server, of course, down to 199. So 1 to 199, first 200 available slot. No, sorry. This area would be excluded and allow me to manually assign these addresses to devices, and these can be used by the DHCP server. So now I know what I want to do, time to start doing it. So I'm going to start by going to, of course, Server Manager. Oh dear. Don't know why it's like this, but whatever. Right, so I'm going to install the DHCP server. I'm going to manage, add rules and features. These are, of course, the basic instructions. I'm going to select a role-based installation, so I want to find the DHCP role. This is the name of my server, Windows Server 2016.marc.com. And I'm going to find DHCP. All right, there we go. DHCP server tools. Next. Yes, see, as it says here, before you install, make sure you plan out your subnet scopes and exclusions. So that's what I did already. Right, always select restart if required. And then click install. So I'm going to pause the video and resume when the installation is completed. Right. Okay, so the installation has succeeded, but it of course needs to be configured. So I figured let's just press this and jump straight to the post-install configuration wizard. Right, that's what this is. All right. So I'll be using my credentials as the admin. So it says I have to restart it, but let's see if I have to. All right, looks like I do have to restart it, so oops. Okay, I know I have to restart it, but I think I've lost my place in terms of how to restart it. So let me just pause for one moment, restart it, and resume the video. All right, so I just used command shell. I'm sure there were easier ways, but I just decided to use command prompt to restart the DHCP server manually. Hopefully that will do the trick. I'm going to minimize that in case I need command prompt again. Right, so now I'll be configuring DHCP server. All right. So here's my server name that was already set up. Right, so I'm going to go to IPv4 and create a new scope. As you can see here, it says it's used for distributing IP addresses. So what will be allowed and what will be excluded. I'm going to call this scope 1. Right, so exactly what I've entered here, I'm going to enter in this, oh, excuse me, in this field. So 200 to 250. All right, as you can see here, subnet mask, the default one, has been already put in. Right, and exclusions and delay. Not worrying about delays, but I am putting Yes, yeah, that was right. Okay, so this is the least duration. All that will do is say how long a entity, a network device, is allowed to keep IP address. What do I do here? Oh, yes, that's right, that's right, right. Default gateway, right. Okay, so that's my 192.168.0.1. Mm-hmm. All right, so the DNS that I already set up, marc.com. Uh, yeah, yeah, parent domain will be automatically added. So yes, just click next. Right, so the Win server is just meant to be left blank, and we activate the scope so I can test it out. All right. So here's the scope. I'm gonna refresh it, make sure everything will work. Right, address pool. Right, so as you can see, here is the available IP addresses. Right, hold on. Yeah. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with this range. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I misunderstood exactly what an exclusion was. It doesn't mean from all possible. I'm sorry, it doesn't mean from all possible uh, available IP addresses. The DHCP server's entirety of assigned IP addresses will be from 200 to 250. And if I want to exclude one or any of these addresses, I can make it an exclusion. So screw it. Now that I understand better, let me demonstrate that. All right, so let me just do see, we have 240. Yeah, the last 10. And that should be correct. All right, there you go. All right, my bad. My bad. All right, so now we have set this up, what I'm going to do now is demonstrate the DHCP server in action by taking my Windows 10 client here, and I'm going to change it from its oh, right. 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 So I'm going to change it from its manual IP address of 2 and tell it to obtain an automatic IP address. So it should still stay connected. Okay. All right, so let's do it here. Right, and there we go. Right, so we're still connected to the network, as seen here, marc.com, and it was assigned the first IPv4 address, 200, as I set in my DHCP server. So it's well and away from 2, which it was before. And all the settings are the same. So any other devices that are allowed onto the network will, and are told to obtain an IP address automatically, will start from 201, etc., etc. All right, so that concludes my demonstration of a DHCP server. I apologize for the hiccups in between, but I kind of had to undo everything I thought I knew to get us to it. But whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, everything worked out fine. All right, thank you very much for your time.